Now that heaven has revealed what it couldn't tell you before, there is another layer you must understand, one you would not have been ready to handle in earlier seasons. Passing the test wasn't just about spiritual maturity. It was about alignment with the blueprint written for your life before you were even born. Every chosen one has a divine blueprint. And every blueprint has timelines, assignments, and appointments that cannot be missed. Some of the hardest seasons you lived through were not random. They were heaven dragging you back into alignment every time life, people, or your own doubts tried to pull you off schedule. There were moments you didn't realize God was rescuing you, not from danger, but from delay. You didn't know that certain relationships would have cost you years. You didn't know that some opportunities were traps disguised as blessings. You didn't know that staying in certain environments would have kept you small forever. But heaven knew. And heaven intervened. This is why some things fell apart suddenly. Why certain people left abruptly. Why plans you thought were perfect collapsed without warning. You weren't being punished, you were being accelerated. The collapse was the rescue. And now that you have passed, the rescue is becoming revelation. A new level of spiritual perception. Your awareness is expanding. You are beginning to sense things before they manifest. You can feel shifts in the atmosphere. You discern the motives behind someone's smile. You can detect manipulation mid-sentence. You know when something is off without needing proof. This is not anxiety. This is spiritual elevation. God is sharpening your senses because your next assignment requires clarity. You will not have time to second-guess what heaven already warned you about. There will be moments where your spirit knows the truth before your mind can analyze it. Trust that. Trust the sensitivity that was born from the trials you survived. You did not cry, break, and rebuild for nothing. Your intuition is not a weakness, it is a weapon. The season of quiet promotions. Not every elevation happens publicly. In fact, most promotions in heaven happen quietly. God upgrades your authority before anyone recognizes it. He shifts your rank before the people around you perceive the difference. You have already been promoted spiritually, even if nothing external has caught up yet. This is why some people look at you differently. Some become intimidated. Some become unusually drawn to you. Some distance themselves without explanation. Your spirit changed dimensions, and their spirit felt it. When heaven elevates you, your presence begins to carry weight, an unseen authority, a quiet boldness, a grounded confidence. You don't speak differently, but your words land differently. You don't try to impress, yet people feel compelled to listen. That's because elevation isn't loud, it's real. God is resetting your identity. You are no longer allowed to think of yourself as who you used to be. The old version of you, hesitant, uncertain, apologetic, is gone. That version served its purpose, but it cannot come with you into this next place. Your identity is being redefined. Your voice is being strengthened. Your authority is being recognized. Your purpose is being unlocked. You will begin to see yourself the way heaven sees you, not as weak, but as essential. Not as broken, but as appointed. Not as someone trying to survive, but as someone trusted with responsibility. This identity shift will feel strange at first. You may catch yourself wanting to dim your light to make others comfortable. Don't. You may feel the urge to explain your growth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Don't. You may question whether you are really chosen, or just imagining it. You're not imagining anything. You're remembering who you've always been. The call to sacred discipline. Elevation requires discipline, not the harsh, punishing kind, but the sacred kind. The discipline of choosing purpose over comfort. Of choosing growth over excuses. Of choosing alignment over approval. There are habits you tolerated before that you cannot carry with you now. Heaven is nudging you to upgrade your patterns. How you start your day. The voices you listen to. The content you consume. The priorities you protect. The time you waste. The commitments you have to give yourself to. The chosen are not called to perfection, they are called to intentionality. Your life must reflect your assignment. You will feel a new inner push to take yourself seriously. To take your gift seriously. To take your potential seriously. That push is not pressure, it is destiny. Encounters and confirmations. In this new dimension, you will start experiencing divine confirmations at a rapid pace. Things that once felt coincidental will now feel intentional. You will see repeated signs, repeated numbers, repeated phrases, repeated opportunities. Not because you're imagining patterns, but because heaven speaks through patterns. Expect dreams with messages, sudden clarity during prayer, scripture that aligns perfectly, conversations that confirm your inner knowing, unexpected encouragement from unlikely places. This is heaven's way of saying, keep walking, you're on the right track. A shift in your relationships. You will start noticing 3 categories of people emerging around you. 1. Those who recognize your elevation. These people will suddenly treat you with more respect, more openness, more trust. Your transformation will inspire them. They will align with you naturally. These are destiny connections. 2. Those who feel threatened by your elevation. They will criticize more, withdraw more, or compete with you quietly. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your growth exposes their stagnation. These are people heaven is asking you to release. 3. Those who will appear right when you need them. These are helpers assigned to your next chapter, mentors, supporters, partners, collaborators. They will carry keys to doors you couldn't open alone. These are God-sent confirmations. Don't chase connections. Let your calling attract the right people. Divine strategy for your next assignment. You are entering a phase where strategy matters as much as spirituality. God is giving you ideas, but He is also giving you the blueprint to execute them. This is the season where you cannot just pray, you must also plan. You cannot just feel inspired, you must also take action. Your assignment may involve creating, teaching, leading, building, healing, speaking, helping, writing, guiding, serving. Whatever it is, heaven is giving you the structure to carry it effectively. Pay attention to the ideas that won't leave your mind. Pay attention to the project you keep postponing. Pay attention to the dream that keeps resurfacing. That is where your next breakthrough is. The financial realignment. Your money is about to shift in unexpected ways, and you must steward this wisely. This elevation will come with increased opportunities, divine provision, business ideas, unexpected resources, income streams you didn't anticipate. But it will also come with responsibility. Heaven is not blessing you for luxury, it's blessing you for longevity. You will be trusted with resources to build, support, and sustain what God is placing in your hands. This is the time to organize your finances, not waste them. To invest in your growth, not distractions. To sow where God instructs, not where emotions pull you. Financial wisdom is spiritual wisdom. The difference between attack and transition. Understand this now, not every discomfort is warfare. Some discomfort is transition, some pressure is growth. Some tension is alignment. In this season, God will teach you to distinguish between being spiritually attacked and being spiritually upgraded. Attacks drain you. Transitions stretch you. Upgrades awaken you. You are no longer in attack mode, you are in upgrade mode. Your gift is about to be seen. For a long time, your gift was hidden, either by circumstance, insecurity, fear, or timing. But heaven is now pushing your gift into visibility. You will feel yourself called to speak more boldly, create more intentionally, step into spaces you avoided, share wisdom you kept private, help people you once felt unqualified to guide. Your voice, your presence, your ideas, they matter more than you know. People are waiting for what you carry. You are entering a season of divine ease. This does not mean everything will be effortless. It means things will no longer feel impossible. The heaviness is breaking, the resistance is diminishing. The endless cycles of setback are ending. The chosen ones always reach a point where the burden shifts from surviving to building, from fighting to flowing. You are crossing that threshold now. You will begin to say sentences like, I don't know how, but it worked. It opened faster than I expected. I feel lighter. This used to be hard for me. Everything is aligning at once. That's divine ease. What heaven is installing in you now. 3 major upgrades are happening inside you. 1. A stronger spirit. You won't break easily anymore. Things that once crushed you will barely shake you. Your emotional resilience is leveling up. 2. A clearer mind. Confusion is fading. Mental fog is lifting. Your thoughts are becoming sharper and more decisive. 3. A deeper sense of purpose. You no longer question why you're here. You feel it. You sense it. You know it. A final word for this chapter. Everything that used to frustrate you is now becoming fuel. Everything that used to scare you is becoming clarity. Everything that used to feel like loss is being reinterpreted as preparation. You didn't just survive, you passed. And because you passed, you are entering a phase where your obedience, your discipline, and your courage will multiply results at a supernatural rate. This is just the beginning of what heaven is about to reveal. You didn't just survive, you passed. And because you passed, heaven is finally releasing what it couldn't tell you until this moment. Some instructions only arrive after the storm is over, when your spirit is stable enough to hear, and your heart is humble enough to receive. You are standing in that moment now. You are not the same person you were when the test began. Something in you has matured, expanded, sharpened, and awakened. That is why this message is reaching you now. There are things you had to walk through blindly so that your faith, not your logic, would carry you. There were situations where you cried for clarity, and heaven stayed silent because the answer would have ruined the lesson. There were nights when you felt forgotten, when you questioned whether you were actually chosen or just imagining it. But now the fog is lifting, and you're about to see why heaven was so intentional about every delay, every separation, every redirection, and every strange stirring inside you that you could never explain. You didn't just endure, you passed. And because you passed, it is time to tell you everything. Why the tests happened. The tests were never designed to break you, they were designed to unlock parts of you that comfort could never reveal. Every chosen one goes through a hidden curriculum, a private training program that prepares them for influence, authority, and clarity at a level others may never reach. For some people, pain crushes potential, but for God's chosen, pain activates purpose. Your tests were not punishment, they were preparation. Heaven needed to see. Would you be faithful when nothing made sense? Would you pray even when answers didn't come? Would you keep your heart clean when people betrayed you? Would you stay aligned when distraction called your name? Would you protect your gift even when no one was clapping? Every test measured your readiness for the next dimension. Not the next step, the next dimension. There's a difference. A step is progression. A dimension is transformation. And you didn't just move forward, you transformed. What is unlocking next? Now heaven is opening doors you weren't ready for until this point. Some doors you prayed for will open quietly, others suddenly, and a few will open so supernaturally that you will know without question, only God could have done this. What's unlocking next includes 4 major areas. 1. Direction in relationships. Expect clarity about who belongs in your next season. The tests revealed hearts, not to hurt you, but to protect you. God needed you to see who was aligned with your calling and who was only aligned with your convenience. Some people weren't removed, they were revealed. Heaven is now sending you connections with purpose, not confusion. People who sharpen you, not drain you. People who speak life into your dreams, not fear. Relationships that expand destiny, not ego. 2. Assignment upgrades. Your calling is about to intensify. The gift inside you is being activated at a higher level. This next assignment will stretch you, but it won't break you. You will feel a surge of energy, creativity, and inner knowing as you move into what you were built for. There will be more responsibility, but also more grace. More demand on your gift, but also more support from heaven. You are ready for what used to overwhelm you. 3. Financial elevation. You will notice sudden movement in your finances. The chosen ones rarely receive abundance until they have the character to handle it wisely. Now that you have passed the hidden tests, discipline, endurance, humility, integrity, God can trust you with more. New income streams, unexpected opportunities, divine ideas, and accelerated favor will start appearing. Not by chance, but because you are being positioned as a steward of resources, not just a receiver of blessings. 4. Favor that surrounds you. Favor will begin to show up in ways that seem effortless. People will say yes before you finish asking. Opportunities will chase you instead of you chasing them. Closed doors will swing open. Rooms you never thought you'd enter will invite you in. Not because you manipulated or forced anything, but because God has chosen to elevate you publicly after refining you privately. Clear steps to steward this elevation. Elevation without structure becomes chaos. Heaven is not giving you more so you can repeat old patterns. Here are the exact steps you must take immediately to steward what's coming. 1. Focus your prayer. Your prayers cannot be scattered anymore. Pray with precision, not panic. Pray with direction, not desperation. Instead of asking for everything, ask for the right things. Clarity, wisdom, discernment, strength for your assignment, courage to walk through prepared doors. When your prayer life sharpens, your path sharpens. 2. Clean your circle. Your elevation will expose who is unwilling or unable to grow with you. Don't feel guilty. Don't shrink yourself to keep the peace. Your circle must match your calling. This is not the season to tolerate jealousy, laziness, double-mindedness, or people who love the old version of you but reject the transformed one. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. 3. Finish what you started. Before new blessings can unfold, heaven requires closure on unfinished responsibilities. Go back and complete what you left open. Projects God told you to build. Habits you promised to form. Healing you've avoided. Conversations you need to release or resolve. Commitments you abandoned in discouragement. Finishing unlocks favor. Every time you complete something, you create spiritual momentum. 4. Present your gift with excellence. Excellence is not perfection. Excellence is intention. It is giving God your best, not your leftovers. When you present your gift with excellence, you honor the God who gave it to you. Your craft, your voice, your ideas, your work, elevate them. Study more. Practice more. Sharpen yourself. Excellence attracts favor because favor follows preparation. 5. Walk through the doors God has prepared. Hesitation is the enemy of destiny. Too many chosen ones ask for open doors, then freeze when the door opens because they feel unworthy or unready. But this time, when the door opens, walk in. Do not overthink it. Do not wait for confirmation after confirmation. You prayed for it. Heaven aligned it. Now move. Faith is not the feeling of readiness, it is the choice to go even when you still feel a little nervous. Understanding the way heaven has been guiding you. The signs were always there, but your clarity is sharper now. You will begin to notice that the things you once tolerated now feel heavy. The environments that used to fit now feel too small. The conversations that once entertained you now drain you. That's because your spirit has shifted dimensions. What you're feeling is not confusion, it's elevation. Your discernment is heightening. Your intuition is becoming clearer. Your spirit is more sensitive. You can sense people's intentions faster. You can feel when something is wrong even before it happens. You can detect manipulation, jealousy, and dishonesty instantly. This is not paranoia. It is spiritual maturity. A season of acceleration. When chosen ones pass their tests, God often accelerates what seemed slow for years. What took others decades may take you months. What looked impossible becomes natural. What remained stagnant suddenly moves. Do not apologize for accelerated blessings. You paid for them in private tears, private prayers, private sacrifices, and private endurance. You are stepping into a season where breakthroughs will appear back to back, not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. God is trusting you with more. One of the greatest signs of passing your tests is the increase of responsibility. God is not giving you more weight to crush you, He is giving you more influence because you can carry it. People may begin coming to you for guidance without you trying. Your presence will feel grounding, comforting, stabilizing. Not because you're perfect, but because your spirit carries wisdom you earned through experience. You are becoming the person you once needed. What heaven wants you to know now. There is a message heaven couldn't reveal earlier because it would have distracted you, discouraged you, or overwhelmed you. Now you are strong enough to carry it. You were tested to qualify you, not to punish you. And now you are qualified. Your obedience brought you to this point. Your endurance positioned you. Your refusal to quit sealed it. A short activation to seal this word. Take a breath. Place your hand over your chest. Read this slowly. I receive clarity. I receive confidence. I receive discipline. I receive divine timing. I receive my assignment. I receive every prepared door. I walk in what God has trusted me with. I fear nothing that is aligned with my calling. Let this settle in your spirit. You are not stepping into your new season, you are stepping into your true identity. Checklist to ACT on today, not later. Spend 10 minutes in focused prayer for direction. Identify who no longer aligns with your next season. Finish one unfinished task. Upgrade something connected to your gift. Say yes to the opportunity heaven already put in front of you. Speak life over your next season out loud. Prepare to receive what you used to fear. Your obedience now multiplies results. Not next week. Not next month. Now. You passed. And because you passed, heaven has released what you were never allowed to hear before this moment. Walk forward with confidence, not confusion. Your elevation has begun.